Hi, welcome to my card and a cuppa for Wednesday the 20, what are we up to? The 29th of January 2025. My name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, so welcome. Now I've gone live an hour earlier today because I've got a haircut later this afternoon, so I thought that's not going to work because I'll have to be trying to leave to get to the haircut, so I thought just go an hour earlier. So that's what I've done. So I hope that's okay with everybody. When you jump on, say hello so I know who's watching. Today we're going to play with some things from the Annual Catalogue. I find that when we're constantly bombarded with all this new product from mini catalogues and online exclusives and new kits and everything, we sometimes forget about the beautiful products in our Annual Catalogue. So I'm going to play with two things out of the Annual Catalogue, some paper, and I'm also going to incorporate one of the online exclusive stamp sets, which I really love. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, we do have a lot of thunder rumbling around here on the Central Coast, and I have one very anxious little puppy dog who this morning was sitting on my lap while I was trying to craft and prepare for this afternoon, and that was very difficult. But yeah, so I hope there's no thunder too bad go on because she's just a little bit needy at the moment. So let's go down to the craft desk and get started, and we'll see how we go. So here we go, there we go. Okay, so we're down on the craft desk. So if you're watching, say hi. It's always nice to chat to people as we craft. So this is the stamp set I'm wanting to focus on. Bring it up a little bit. From the Annual Catalogue, because as I said, we sometimes forget about the beautiful products in the Annual Catalogue when we get a new mini and we get, you know, all the online exclusive stuff that's coming through. So sometimes, yeah, it's a bit sad that we just forget about them. So let me just show you in the Annual Catalogue. It's called Layers of Beauty. It is on page 57 in the Annual Catalogue, and it's a stamp and die bundle, but it also has these decorative masks, and the masks are what I think are the highlight of this bundle. So we're going to play with that. And we're going to play with the Elements of Text, which is an online exclusive. So we're going to do a little bit of something with that. And I've got this Simply Said sentiment stamp set that I really like, and quite often I just want to like a long skinny happy birthday or let's celebrate. So I've got that one out too. So this is one of the cards we're going to make today, and I'm also going to show you how you can use this stamp set to get two cards out of the one image. That's another thing I want to show you. So this is how the masking colors, and it's just beautiful. It's one of those things when you're doing it you sort of think, oh, this isn't going to work, but it's amazing. It works every time. And I've used the Countryside Lace Designer Series paper here. Hi Joan, thanks for watching. And I've also used, this is where I've used the Elements of Text stamp over here on the basic beige cardstock. And I've used the Antique Pearls from the Storybook Moments, I think it's called. That's sweet. So that's the card we're going to make to start with, and then I'm going to show you how you can get two cards out of this image and it still looks really good. Now, I find when I'm using this particular bundle, I go to my colour wheel to sort of work out which colours sort of go together and work best together. This colour wheel is now in the online exclusive range, and it's $21.75. I got this one from the on-stage event last March down in Melbourne, and my one does actually have the in colours incorporated into it. The one in the online exclusive doesn't have in colours because then it can stay current for much longer. So that's why they didn't include the in colours in the online exclusive one. But yeah, I go to this and I look at the colours and think, well, I want to do pinks. So then I've got all the pinks and the red violets, and I can sort of red oranges, I can work out what 3 colors I like and put them together. So that's what I've done today. So I'm going to be using Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo and Pretty in Pink. And you'll see when I start blending over my rose that I actually did it. Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo, Pretty in Pink. I think it works better if I do Petal Pink, Pretty in Pink, then Flirty Flamingo. Because this blending situation works best if you go from lightest to dark. And I just think the Flirty Flamingo overtook the Pretty in Pink. So I'm just going to flip those 2 around. And that's what we're going to do. So let's put my little colour wheel somewhere safe. And I've got a whole lot of ink pads here. And I've also got my cup of tea. So I hope you've got your cuppa, because it is card in a cuppa. Mine's green tea today, this afternoon. So I have the big floral image on a clear block. Now, is that glare from the window too much? Let's just drop the drape and see what happens. See if that works out better. I think that's a little bit better, actually. Okay, so we've lowered my blind. So I've got the big floral stamp set on this block, big clear block. And I've got the masks. It comes with 5 masks, this bundle. And they are numbered up in the corner here, but I've just got a permanent marker and put bigger numbers on it so I can see them better. So let's bring in what we're going to do. I'm going to put it on a basic white card base this time. So I'll just move my card base out of the way, and I've got to make sure I've got everything in vision. No, Lynn, I'm sorry. I've gone live an hour earlier today because I've got a haircut later this afternoon, and I thought if I go live at 3, I'm not going to have time to get to the haircut. So that's why I put it. I did put it up this morning that I was going live at 2, but there, that's why I did it. So sorry if I've tricked you. I didn't mean to. Okay, so we're going to. So I'm going to put this card I'm going to make onto a basic white card base, but what you need is 10 centimeters by 14.4 in basic beige. You need a strip of the Countryside Lace Designer Series paper, and it's 5 centimeters by 14.4, and you need a matting piece size 10 centimeters by 14.4 for your stamped image. So we'll just move those pieces away to start with. And we're going to get our big, beautiful floral image and our basic beige ink pad. Now, I like basic beige because it gives you a very, very soft outline for this floral image. And I think Memento Black would be just too loud and too harsh. So that's why I go with basic beige sometimes to soften the outline image down a little bit. So I am going to... No, you weren't having a senior moment. I'm having them, I think, too. I had to actually put a reminder in my phone not to forget to go live at 2 o'clock. So I'm just inking this up with my basic beige. Yeah, so that's the reason. Next time I'll think about when I make my haircut appointment, because, you know, don't want to confuse everybody. So I'm going to turn this round, and this does actually fit on your matting piece size of cardstock. So you just sort of got to position it to fit on, but it does fit, I promise. And I'm just going to press it down. I've got a very anxious little puppy dog in my craft room. She's not happy with the thunder. So this morning I was trying to come up with this card, and she was on my lap when I was trying to create it. Oh, it didn't stamp properly. So when you need the stamparatus. Let's turn it over and try again. So yeah, she's not a happy girl. She hates this thunder. So trying to create this card with the puppy dog on my lap was a little bit challenging, actually. Okay, let's try again, and let's get this image happening. Have I got it? Okay, let's Go. Press down harder, Denise. That should be working, I hope. That worked better. Yay! So I know it's quite faint with the basic beige, but that doesn't matter. So I'll just clean off my ink off my floral stamp. This is just such a beautiful set. And as I said, with all the Christmas shenanigans going on leading up to Christmas, you tend to forget about the beautiful ones in the annual catalogue. Right, so this time, I've got my little strip here for my sentiment. I am going, Ziggy's the same. Oh, really? Honestly, Rosie just gets herself into such a stitch. Now, these are the masks. As I said, there's 5 of them. So if you start with your lightest colour ink first, that's what will go here. And then you move on through your medium colour and your darkest colour. And I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to do Petal Pink, Pretty in Pink, and then Flirty Flamingo. So to line up your masks, I go for these little tiny flowers at the top and you put the centers over them. Once you've got that sort of worked out, you just have to wiggle it into place. So you just got to do a little bit of wiggling around to line it up with the other flowers. There's some centers of these little tiny flowers down here that help. And I'm thinking that's pretty good. Let's just have a little look. So I've got my scrap paper from last week. And I will open up my Pretty in Pink and load up my brush. Okay. Now you can tape this down if you want to stop it from slipping. I tend not to. Maybe that's at my own peril. But yeah, so I'm just going to get some. And now you just go over the mask and colour in, and the colour will transfer onto you know, the windows of the mask, onto your cardstock where your stamped image is. So just, and as I said, when you're doing this, you sort of think, oh, this isn't going to work, like this is just going to be a hot mess. But it's amazing how it comes together. It really is amazing. Now just quickly, I'm wibbled then. Okay, so that is my Pretty in Pink. No, my Petal Pink. I think I might have said the wrong pink then. So that's my Petal Pink layer of ink. And close that up and put it to one side and get rid of that mask. The ink just washes off your masks. You just run them under the tap and the ink just washes off. Pat it dry with a paper towel or a hand towel. So the next layer I'm going to do on this card is Pretty in Pink. And we get our next mask, and as I said, I line it up with these top 3 flowers up here. I find that's the really helpful way of doing it. So once I sort of get them lined up, I can just sort of wiggle and adjust it into place. It's not that hard to line up. If you find like a point that you can work with, then that works. So this is Pretty in Pink. So I'm just going to hold my mask down. And as I said, you can tape it down with like washi tape or some adhesive tape, the post-it note removable tape that I have for my dies. So I'm just going over this mask with all the little windows onto the flowers. Now this mask has got a little fragile piece here which I have accidentally bent back when I've been blending. So I'm just going to go very carefully there and maybe just do it like this so I don't bend it back more, because I don't want to damage it further. There we go. So that's our pretty in pink layer. Isn't it pretty? And now I'm going to get the Flirty Flamingo. Now I'm not cleaning off my brush, my blending brush as I go, because I'm going from light to dark. So it doesn't really matter that it's, you know, that this has got other ink on it, because I'm putting darker ink on it now. See? So it's alright. So now we get mask number 3. And these 2 dots are still up here with these flowers. So if we line them up with the flowers. And then down here there's a center of a dot, like a center of a flower, a dot. So if you use the dots to line up, then these 2 and this one line up quite well too. So this is Flirty Flamingo. All this thunder and rain is making it very humid. It's not as hot as it was yesterday, thank goodness for that, but the humidity is still there, which is just as unpleasant, I think. Okay, so that's our Flirty Flamingo layer. And can you see how this is coming together? It's just stunning how it just... I'll lift it up before I do the greens. Can you see how that... You're getting the layers of the blending. And that's exactly what roses look like, I think. It's just beautiful. I love it. Okay, so I shall put my pink brush to one side, and I've got a little green brush here. So I've got Garden Green and Shaded Spruce for my leaves. So now let's get mask number 4. And I'm going to line up these leaves up the top. And once I've got those lined up, you just sort of twist it into place, and you know when it's lined up, you can tell. There we go, that's pretty good. Okay, so this is Garden Green, and I just have my scrap paper there just so I can, you know, just brush off to start with. Okay, so Garden Green, and this is colouring in the first layer of the leaves. Now, if you're wanting to put this matting piece size straight onto a piece of cardstock, just be mindful you don't blend over here and get it on the white edges of your cardstock, because then you're sort of forced to cut it out. Use the big die to cut it out because you've put ink where you didn't want it. I'm just going to move my fingers down, put a bit more up here. Okay. So it's really quite easy, and yet it makes you look like a really clever artist. And I love things that make me look really clever. Because, you know, you can fool people. Okay, so that was the Garden Green ink, and I'm just trying to pick that up. There we go. So that's the first layer of our green leaves colour. Put that one aside. Now this one is Shaded Spruce. So this one will put like the darker pieces, or the veins of the leaves, you know, the bits that look darker on your rose bushes. Now once again, if you line up these top ones, it seems to be the one that sort of works best for me anyway, to get my linings right. You just got to jiggle it into place, and you know, as soon as you've got it, you know it's in the right spot. So this one's Pretty Peacock, is that what I said? No, Shaded Spruce. So over the top, and as I said, these masks, just you simply run them under the tap and the ink all washes off. So I think the thunder has rolled away now, so that is good. Because doing this with a puppy on your lap is quite challenging. it's very challenging. Okay, so let's, I don't want to drag that off. I want to pick it up. Yeah, I can't. There we go. And that's, let's close this up. That's a beautiful coloured blended image. Looks lifelike, doesn't it? I have got a little smudge down here, but so if you were doing that straight onto a card base, you'd have to try and cover that up. You know, and even down here, I haven't quite lined it up, but because I've used the basic beige ink for the outline, you can't really, it's not a problem. It really isn't a problem. Right. So now we shall bring in our cut emboss machine. Have a sip of my green tea. Oh, it's raining at Chittaway. Is that where you are, Lynn? It's not raining here, but I'm sure it will come. Okay. So I'm bringing in my cut emboss machine. And I'm going to get that. I'll get the big die out. And we're going to line this up like so. And I've got my tape here to secure my die down. So let me just take a minute. So I normally cut before I colour, but in this case, you can't really do that. You've got to colour and then cut. But that's okay. We can work with it. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to wind that through our big shot. Carefully take a tape off. Don't want to damage the cardstock as I do that. There we go. I'll keep those and reuse them. And then you have your beautiful die cut rosette. So let's pop this back on my bench and we'll keep going. Okay, so let's start. We can put this back in here somewhere. No, how's it go? This way. Bring in our sample card and we'll bring in our bits and pieces. Now, I'll just bring in this piece. This is our basic beige piece. No, don't put it over there, Denise, because your blending brushes are over there and you could just end up in a big fat pickle. So I've got a piece of the countryside lace that I'm going to put here, but I don't know if you can see on my sample card I've stamped one of the stamps from the elements of text down the side. So I thought I'd do that again, and I use basic beige for that. So colour on colour. So I use that one. I'm just wondering, should I go with this one? Let's change it up a bit and use this one this time. And I'll grab a block. Okay. So put a beautiful floral piece over there. And we'll ink this up. And I'm just going to go down the left-hand side, up the right-hand side. I do know my rights from the lefts. That's a concern, isn't it, if I'm driving? Goodness. No, I do know right from left. I promise. Okay, so that's that one. So let's see how that looks. That looks quite okay too. I used this little one for this card and just stamped it multiple times, but that one looks quite nice. I quite like that. always nice to mix it up a bit. Okay. We'll put that back in there. So this is a beautiful set to create subtle background images. It's got some splatters. I could probably do a few splatters too if I wanted to. I wonder if I should. Let's see, now I'm going off on a tangent. That's why I changed the time, because I go off on tangents and I think I'm not going to be able to stick to half an hour. Okay, so let's just have a little look and see how dark it is on my scrap. Okay, and what about if I stamp it off? Oh, stamping off is very subtle. I like that. Just gives a little bit of splatter, and I could put some in here. There we go. I'll stop now. Okay, get rid of my... So now I'm going to put my piece of designer series paper on. So the Countryside Lace and the Country Woods, I think DSP, is from a mega suite in the Annual Catalogue, and it's both packs are really great packs to have just for using on your cards, just for background layering and stuff like that. I don't have either of the stamp sets in that suite. I've just gotten the papers, and then I've got my beautiful floral image. Now this one I layered it like that, but it can go this way. It can go both ways. It works both ways. So let's turn it round and see. I've got my boo-boo on the other side. Put some dimensionals on. Little Rosie seems quite happy at the moment, which is good. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. She probably won't be happy when I go out, especially if there's a thunderstorm. Oh well. She will have to put her big girl panties on and suck it up. Okay, so I'm going to put it round this way. See in there, just little adjustments you can make to your cards when you're making them and recreating them. You can just mix it up a little bit. Now, this banner, I have no idea how big it is because it's just the offcut when I cut out a matting piece. So let me see. It is actually approximately 1 centimetre wide. So that's, let me just pop this one back in the pack so I can get the sentiment out. I think this stamp set is a beautiful stamp set for Mother's Day cards. I really think it is, but I'm making a few birthday cards at the moment, so. But I will create some Mother's Day cards. So this is the Simply Stamp stamp set in the Annual Catalogue. It's $30, and it's got all great sentiments that you use all the time, and it's just perfect. I love it. Get back in there. Okay, I shall get my basic beige ink. Who has got basic beige and loves it? I'll just move it along a little bit. Oops, I think I put that down too soon. Is it blurry? I think it is. Let's turn it over. Try again. See? 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. Oh dear, I've caused you a problem. Honestly, I saw this demonstrated at On Stage last year. It wasn't on my radar, but the lady who demonstrated it at On Stage last year down in Melbourne, she did such a wonderful job that I think every demonstrator in the audience who hadn't purchased it or hadn't thought about purchasing it went home and put it on their order because she just showed how beautifully it can be used. I'm just going to get my adhesive remover on my paper snips because I have some sticky on it. So we used to sell this adhesive remover, but we don't now, but you can get it from Spotlight. Probably not as good a quality as ours was, but if we don't sell it, you can't complain about the quality. This is the old Stampin' Up one. Takes forever to use, to go through. Okay, so now, now I'm just going to, I've got a raised edge on my cut edge, so I'm just going to, don't go into the glass mat. I'm just going to cut my angles just to make it a little bit different. I think that's right. Yep. And I'm going to straddle that across my flower. Now I want little ones, I believe. Oh God, I've got to work out which one's the wrong side. I think that, yeah. It's a problem when you turn it over and it's not that bad. You sort of think, which side was the one I wanted to use? So I'm just using mini dimensionals here. Okay, get the backs off. Okay, now where can I put this? Will I go up higher? No, I think I'll go about the same place. I just seem to think that's a good spot for it. Make sure it's straight. That's straight. Yep. And now, where's my... So I'm going to put it onto a basic white piece of cardstock. Where did I put my... There it is. And the colour of your card base can make a card look totally different as well. So if you're not happy with the colour you choose, look how different, like it can just change the look of your card quite substantially. So so the masks are great, Lynn, and you can, I haven't done it yet, I must do it. You can actually just use the masks and not stamp the image, which I must have a little go. Maybe after this video I'll have a try at that if I don't have to run out the door. I like having lines to be able to line it up, but I believe you can do it without the stamped image. There we go. So that's that. And let me just, now those beautiful antique pearls are at the back here somewhere. Here they are. Yes, they're from the Storybook Moments Sweet Collection. And let's just grab, they're large and small. So let's just, I don't want to put them in the same spot. But they kind of go in the same spot, don't they? Put one up here. I really like them, they're beautiful. So that's that card done, and I wanted to show you, how long have I gone for? Oops, just over half an hour. I wanted to show you, so that's our card, basic white card base and petal pink card base, and I just turned the flower the other way around. Really pretty. I should hold it up closer. Really pretty. I wanted to show you another thing you can do with this set. Let me just... the masks are $23, Lynn. It's just the masks are on by themselves. You can just buy the masks. So I have already gone ahead, and I'm going to put these on petal pink card bases. I've already gone ahead and blended one. But I don't want to cut out the big floral image. What I'm wanting to do with this one, because there is a die in here that can cut this flower out. And I thought to myself, why would you do that? Well, let me show you what you can do by doing that. but getting 2 cards out of the one blending. Let me grab my cut emboss machine again. Okay, move that up a little bit. That on something. Oh, it's on a block. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put this in and line up this die around the image. I'm going to need one for that. And cut that through. Thank you, Joan. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's have a little play here. Just carefully peel that off. Got it. I didn't want to delay you with blending twice. Okay, so let's get our card base scored and ready. And I've got another piece over here scored and ready. Both petal pink. What's your favourite colour, family? I don't know as if I really have a favourite, but I do like the subtles. I guess the bolds are my least favourite. But that's just me, because I'm not a bold out there person. I mean, I do use them, but yeah, it's not the one I go to the most. Okay, so we're going to put that there, and we're going to stamp a sentiment and cover that up. And we've got some little dies that we can, you could probably even go a smaller circle. Maybe I should. Let me see if I've got a smaller circle. Didn't think about that. This is in my little scrapbooks where I have all sorts of things. And some things are retired now, so I probably should go through and get rid of... Where's that? There's a circle there. There's a circle there. Is that smaller? Oh, it's the same size. Damn it. Well, there's one, but it's just a punch. I'm thinking I wanted one with stitching. Let me just quickly flip. See, there's one. Ooh, but that could be too small. That's too small. Okay, maybe I need to check and see what size. The next size down. There's lots of bits and pieces in here. Lots happening. Here, oh no, that's not a circle, that's an oval. Okay, let's have a little look and see. Stylish shape dies. Which ones are which? Okay. Is that this one? It is, and is that okay? There's one just not in between, so we'll go with the bigger one because that's what I have got out, and be done with it. Go with my first plan. Okay, so I'm going to do that, but then over here we've got a piece of this Country Lace Designer Series paper that we can put across here, and then we can put this one on, although I have got some ink, so I haven't cut it out very well. I could cut that down a bit closer, which I might just do, and do that. See, I've got some more here as well in case I needed them. So let's put this one down. onto our card base. I'm just going to go around like that. There we go, onto our card base. And get rid of that, get rid of that. And we're going to use this. So now I need to find a sentiment. Now I think I shall do birthday wishes. Does seem to be too big, doesn't it? Oh, what will I do? You know, I could do it this way. No, I couldn't. Birthday wishes. Let me just I could do that, and then where did my other little piece of greenery go? Honestly, I've lost it already. I could take it off this one. No, it's not gonna hide it enough. No, has to be bigger. But let me just think. I wonder if the spotlight on nature, guys. The circles are better. Sorry guys, I'm fussing around now, aren't I? I shouldn't do that. No, that's not going to cover up everything. We've already come close. And the next one up is going to be too big. Let me just cut one of these out and we'll see. Actually, let me cut this one out. Is that the same one? No, I won't. I'll cut this one. I'm fussing now. See, I shouldn't fuss. Let me just cut one of these out. And then we can choose. Okay. Let's have a look. We could go with that. That fits better there. If we went over here, just thinking. I'm thinking. I shouldn't probably think. It's dangerous. You could put. Go that way. I think it's got to be the bigger one, don't you? Because otherwise it's not going to cover up my little window. Yes, I think it has to be the bigger one. Let's just do it. And what colour will I do? I don't want the greens. We'll go Flirty Flamingo. Let's go Flirty Flamingo and see what it looks like. I've got a spare. Okay, birthday wishes. Here we go. And then that's going to go up on dimensionals. If I can find them. What's going on? I've got... No, there it is. Okay, put that up on dimensionals. So just play around with your dies. Be adventurous. Cut that little window out. See what you can come up with. And I'm just going to poke out these bits here. Uh-oh, that was a bit of thunder. She won't be happy. She'll be pouring at me in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this and tuck it in underneath like so. And this one, I don't know where my other piece went. I'll have to cut another one out later, maybe down here. There we go. Cover that up. And then this one, I'm not gonna complete this card because I don't like, can you see how I've got the green on the edges there? I don't like that. I need to fussy cut that off a little bit. But you can see, you can pop that across there. You could put this here, put the other greenery that I seem to have lost somewhere under here, and stamp a sentiment down here. You can see how that would work. So that's how you can get 2 cards out of the one stamped blended image. So let me just get my act together and come back to, so that was our card today, and this is how you can get 2 cards out of it. Okay, so that was our card. This is how you can get a second card out of the one image, and then do that with that one. So let's go back to face view. Okay, so that's our card for today. I hope you liked that. Are we still streaming? Yes, we are. So I hope you liked that, using the Layers of Beauty bundle in the annual catalogue, and it comes in at just under the $100 mark, $99.75. So if you wanted to get a free celebration, just add, I don't know, pack of dimensionals or Tombow glue to it to push you over the 100. But that's that. Or you could add the designer series paper I use, Countryside Lace, I think it's called. So yeah, it's just nice. It's a beautiful stamp set. And play with the masks. Get the mask in and play with the masks. So thank you for watching, ladies. I really appreciate it. Sorry I confused you by going an hour earlier today, but now I've got time to get to my hair appointment. So have a great rest of the week, and I will see you on Monday for Makeup Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.